Good day, everyone. It's June the 8th, Thursday, day 95, my Stay Safe at Home day. Ron Crider here, broadcasting from Vero Beach, Florida, your faithful servant here every day with you. Headlines today: Florida has all the makings of the next epicenter of COVID-19 transmissions, according to a Wednesday projection. I'll have a little bit more information about that as we get further on. For you folks who never watched this before, I daily report the most recent information on the COVID virus, including daily numbers from Dade County all the way up through Orlando. I produce the COVID-19 news and quotes for the day at 7 a.m. in the morning. This morning I'm doing it at 6:21. The numbers are in around 11 to 11:30, and I generally am able to get all of this posted by 1 o'clock each day. So if you're watching at 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll see up here at the top of the screen, you'll see what the date is, and you'll notice that you were watching yesterday's if you were watching it at 9 o'clock in the morning the following day. So try to tune in after 1 o'clock, and you'll always get the most up-to-date information. I give it to you sooner, but I don't get the numbers any sooner. And I always say at this time, please, please, please push the like button. Love those likes, and you're doing a very good job of getting them out to me. Shout-outs today to Robert, Michael, Claire, James. Let's see who else we have here. Beth, Ann Howley, George Ed, Billy Moss, Mike Babcock, David, and Lindsay Campbell. David and Lindsay Campbell. What a surprise we got from David and Lindsay Campbell. Wait till you see what I show you about them tomorrow. And I got another special treat for you today with my friend George, Ed, and Ian. I made a deal about pets at the end. Well, now we're doing kitties. I forgot. Kitties are just as important as puppies are, okay? And the weather forecast for the Treasure Coast for today is Thursday. Thunderstorms, heavy and torrential downpours at times. High today will be about 84 degrees for the Treasure Coast. For you boaters, if you want to go out, the winds are going to be east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The chance of rain today for the Treasure Coast is going to be about 80%. The Treasure Coast is Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties, Stewart, Fort Pierce, and Vero Beach. Okay, and the forecast for this evening: thunderstorms likely this evening as well. Then a chance of scattered thunderstorms overnight, low 73 degrees, winds southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. The chance of rain tonight is 80%. 80% tonight, 80% during the daytime. Going to be a nice rainy day. Those plants are going to be growing really well. Remember what I always say: can't have a rainbow unless you have a little rain. Got it? Okay, good deal. Florida has all the makings of the next large epicenter of COVID-19 transmission, and the risk of being worst it's ever been, according to Wednesday's projections from a model put together by a team of scientists at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and the University of Pennsylvania. Not good news. Florida recorded almost 2,800 new COVID-19 cases also on Monday, its highest number of new confirmed cases in a single day, according to the Florida Department of Health. And yesterday was the second highest day we had. But Governor Ron DeSantis said the state will not shut down. The governor attributed the spike in the cases to increased testings as well as outbreaks in prisons, agricultural communities, and long-term care facilities. We're not shutting down. We're going to go forward. We're going to continue to protect the most vulnerable, the governor said during a press conference on Tuesday. DeSantis added that the negative effects on shutting down again would be much worse than any gains you might be getting. The rise in the new cases prompted Florida Agricultural Commissioner Nikki, the only statewide elected Democrat, to send out a blistering statement slamming the governor's handling of the crisis. She said today's record high new cases make it clear Governor DeSantis has lost control of Florida's COVID-19 response. Freed said his politics are simply not working, and he's recklessly reopening Florida despite the data screaming for caution. All right, so now we're going to politicize this pandemic down here in Florida, just like it gets politicized everywhere else. Come on, folks, got to get it together. You know what you have to do. I think both people are right. The governor is certainly not reckless. I don't mean to suggest that the governor is reckless, but I do suggest this is a very difficult time, and it's a very delicate balance situation. Yes, he's testing a lot more in the prisons in the agricultural areas and where the migrant farm workers are. Therefore, we're getting a lot more cases. But also, we have to make sure that we distance space. We have to do what we've been told to do. Make sure we wear those masks when we go out and so forth. So I don't mean this is not a good day for numbers, not a good day for the news, but that's why I'm here. I do this to keep you informed. If there was nothing going on, this wouldn't be happening. All righty, folks. So here come the numbers. Let's see what's going to happen today. As I say, I'm doing this, as you can see here, at 6:26 a.m. on Thursday morning. Today is June the 18th, and time will tell when the numbers come out today at 11 o'clock exactly where we stand. Have a really great day. Back in a flash, okay? Okay, folks, back in a flash. Ron Crider here with the numbers for today, for June the 18th, Thursday. These are the most recent numbers that I have. Let's take a look at Florida. Not a good thing. Florida had the record number of new positives today of 3,207 new positives. They tested 25,556 of new tests for the entire state of Florida, with 3,207 new positives. As I said, it's a record. Still, the case versus testings is 5.68. 188 people were in the hospital, and 43 new deaths were reported. This is not a really good day. However, as the governor keeps saying, the percentages are still okay, 5.68. This number has been creeping up, but it's been in the fives, in the mid fives, for the past 45 to 60 days. Let's take a look at Indian River County. Indian River County is Vero Beach. In the past 24 hours, they've reported 227 new testings, 28 new positives, 0 hospitalizations, and 0 new deaths reported. Vero Beach, Indian River County, has a low number of 2.96. Excellent number. Dade County, new testings in the past 24 hours, 4,458. New positives, another big number, 581 new positives in Dade County, 48 new hospitalizations, and 9 new deaths reported. Their number is up to 9.52. Not a good number, very bad number. In Broward County, new testings in the past 24 hours, 3,048. These are the ones that are reported. I'm not going to continue to say that, but just reminding you, these are the reported testings. 299 new positives, 22 hospitalizations, and 5 new deaths were reported. Their number is 6.55. Palm Beach County tested 2,543 new cases in the past 24 hours, and new positives of 382, new hospitalizations 19, and new deaths 6. Their number is down, it's 8.57. Now let's take a look at Martin County. 125 new tests in the past 24 hours, 13 new positives, 1 new hospitalization reported, and 1 new death reported. Their number is up to 9.71 in Martin County. That's Stewart. St. Lucie County, that's Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce, they have a minus 66, so there must have been some sort of a correction going on there. Minus 66 for new tests. They have 20 new positives, 4 new hospitalizations, and no new deaths to report. Their number is 5.73. Let's take a look at Brevard County. Brevard County is Melbourne. They've tested 678 in the past 24 hours, and they have 38 new positives, 2 new hospitalizations, and 0 deaths to report. 2.09%. 2.09% is their number, testing versus positives. And then in Orange County, that's Orlando, they've tested 3,781, 316 new positives up there. That's a pretty big number for them. 3 new hospitalizations and no new deaths to report. Once again, let's take a look at the column F. These are the new positives. The big number, 3,207 new positives for the entire state of Florida, of which 1,677 are in these counties on the left-hand side in yellow, just those counties over there. That's 52.29% of these numbers are all over there, of the 3,207. Now, of the 99 of the 188, that's 52% of all the new hospitalizations, 52.66 is in these counties over here on the left in yellow. And then there were 21 deaths reported in our counties that we are looking at on the left-hand side here out of the 43, or 48.84%. So there you have it, folks. Not a good set of numbers. Now let me slide over here and show you the charts again. This is the chart that I've made, and I did correct this. This is from 5/14 to 6/18, and it'll give you an idea of the positives and how they look. And if you take a look at this, you will notice that there is that 3,207 new positives that came in the past 24 hours. And look at all these positives, and look how high they are. Bottom line is, as Governor says, we're still within the framework of being okay. We're still in the fives, the mid fives % area versus testings versus the positives. So although we hate to see these big numbers, but as they start testing more, well, that's a big deal. Now let's go down here and take a look at the deaths. I did put the number up here that the positive so far is 85,926. That's over there on the left-hand side. Total positive cases that have been in the state of Florida. The total deaths in the state of Florida, 3,061. Now, these are the deaths. As of the past 24 hours, there were 43 new deaths in the state. And there was 55 a couple of days ago there, but this is a chart showing all the deaths, and the deaths are back to, I do these back from 5/14 to 6/18. That's what all of these little spikes look like. That's where they came from. And then here's a new one. This is the total testings for the state of Florida, and they've so far tested 1,512,315. 1,512,315. And if you'll look here, you'll notice that there was a really big testing going on, 55,507 back about 18 to 20 days ago. That's the one I'm pointing to over here right now. And here is the one that we just had today, and that's about 20, somewhere around 25,000 right there. So that'll give you an idea of what's going on here. Now let's take a look at the global view. And here we are with the global view. Take a look at this. U.S. cases, 2,173,256 for the U.S. cases. U.S. deaths, 117,972. The total global cases, 8,397,036. And the total global deaths, 450,137. And over here, we're quickly approaching in the deaths for the entire world right now of close to 500,000 people that have died as a result of COVID-19. So unfortunately, folks, those are the numbers as best that they can be for today. Not good numbers, but the governor still feels that we are in the safe zone. There are people who are disputing him on that, but I only report the news. I don't make the news. Next comes my positive thoughts. Have a great day. Alrighty, back again. It's Thursday, June the 18th, and these are my quotes and inspirations for today. Inspiration is some mysterious blessing which happens when the wheels are all turning smoothly. Inspiration is some mysterious blessing which happens when the wheels are all turning smoothly. Works for me. Serena Williams said this: a champion is defined not by their wins, but how they can recover when they fall. A champion is defined not by their wins, but how they can recover when they fall. Very important. We've had a couple of these, kind of like the races, and the person finishes 7 hours after the race is over, but at least the person finished. That's an important thing. Always finish and always recover. Lots of people become a millionaire in the United States. Many people can become a millionaire one time. But can you do it 3, 4, or 5 times? It's all about bounce. You have to be able to bounce back. Tell that to Serena Williams. She's done that many times. Of all the titles I've been privileged to have, Dad has always been the best. As Father's Day comes along, these are a couple of sayings that I've heard the best fits Father's Day. Of all the titles I've been privileged to have, Dad has always been the best. Love that. Love my kids to call me Dad. By the time a man realizes maybe his father was right, he usually has a son who thinks he's wrong. By the time a man realizes that maybe his father was right, he usually has a son who thinks he's wrong. Pretty interesting, right? This is something to think about. I apply it pretty much more to my daughters than my son, but when you teach your son, you teach your son's son. When you teach your son, you teach your son's son. In my particular case, what I'm referring to is when I was teaching my daughters, they were really observing what I was doing. Actually, they are teaching my grandchildren what they learned from me. Pretty nice, right? Okay, so let's go and check out the Pet Patrol. Stand by here for just a second. Okay, folks, so here is our Pet Patrol. I got into a little bit of hot water here by talking about puppies all the time and never saying anything about kitties. I love kitties. Kitties are absolutely the best. They certainly do have a mind of their own. Well, this is Dapper Danshaw. Dapper is 4 years old, little kitty, nice little guy. It belongs to Anne and George Ed. Is that a beautiful kitty? Oh, my goodness gracious, look at those eyes. Beautiful eyes. Those ears are sticking up. I bet that little kitty can hear something a mile away. So this is our Pet Patrol. We do this every day. So if you have a pet, please send me a picture of your pet. I have another very interesting pet you're going to see tomorrow, and you're not going to believe it. It's an absolutely beautiful puppy. It's a dog. Actually, it's a number of years old, and it's an interesting looking dog. You don't see very many of them. That's a tease for tomorrow. Okay, folks, and as I say every day at this time, always be a part of the solution. Always be a part of the solution and never part of the problem. Don't ever be a part of the problem. Not a good thing. Don't do that. And also, please push the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Push the like button. Like those likes. And you're being very obedient. I'm getting lots of likes, and that's pretty good. And have a very, very blessed Thursday. It's a great day. Today, I get some blood work done at my doctor's office. Another day out. I haven't had any days out for a long time, other than when I got tested at Cleveland Clinic the other day, and I still haven't gotten my test back yet. And for that person who said that they thought I was ill and looked pretty bad, well, you've never seen me look really bad. This is how I normally look. Sorry about that. Have a great day. See you again tomorrow. Things hopefully will be better with our numbers.